The desire for freedom, to jump, take a walk, go back to our previous life, just a touch more patience. We have learned not to be in such a hurry, learn to live each moment, do things the Monje way. We too are a family. Taking care of the ones we love and feeding them with our love, we will go back to how things were. Time is on our side. We are on your side. Monje, the pet food that thinks positive.
Party in the city where the heat is on all night on the beach till the break of dawn.
Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami.
Bouncing in the club where the heat is on all night on the beach till the break of dawn. I'm going to Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
South Beach, bring the heat. Can y'all feel that? Can y'all feel that? Check it out.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Talking Dogs with Ante. This time, I will start by saying that we have 4 things that are happening for the first time. First thing that is happening for the first time is that we are having the interview on Tuesday. Unfortunately, Beltran couldn't make it this Wednesday. And then we are having really high hopes that next Wednesday, after, let me count, 7 months, we are going to go finally to a dog show, which is on Thursday and Friday. So I cannot make it. So we have decided to put this week and next week our interviews on Tuesday. But I see that it's not causing any troubles, because there is already a lot of people and a lot of comments coming from all around the world. I was sure that once I invite my tonight's guest, everybody will get crazy to hear her, because they say she's very special, and I'm sure that you who don't know her will discover that quite soon. Then the second thing I need to say that is happening for the first time, and this is that in almost 1 year that we have these interviews, for the first time, Andrew Brace is not going to watch this interview live. And I need to say why. Andrew was so much looking forward to this. He has a birthday tomorrow, and he has moved his birthday party from Wednesday to Tuesday so he could be able to watch Lotte. But unfortunately, we had to change it from Wednesday to Tuesday. So at this time, Andrew is having his birthday party, and unfortunately, he cannot watch it live, but I'm sure he will watch it as soon as he can. But if Beltran, you will be so nice, please put these 2 photos that I have sent you on the screen. First of all, with these 2 photos from myself, from my guest, and from everybody here at Talking Dogs, I want to wish a very happy birthday to Andrew and thank him for all the support and help all the time. And you will see one of these photos is the photo that I made. I didn't make it because I am on the photo. This is a photo which has been taken in Split before the Split Summer Shows 2019. It's Andrew's first, and I'm sure last, ever dinner in McDonald's. And you can see by his face how excited he was about it. And I have published thousands and thousands of photos on Facebook in my life, but I don't think that there is any photo that has attracted so many comments and likes like this one. So I hope, Andrew, that you are enjoying your dinner tonight much more than you enjoyed the dinner with me in McDonald's. I promise it's not going to happen again. Okay, so with this, we go to the first time ever, and this is tonight we have for the first time a new sponsor, a new partner. This is Sasha Reese World, who we welcome to our show, and also once again I welcome and thank to Monje, who is traditionally our sponsor and who is supporting us. It means a lot that you are putting your support in something like this, which is attracting so many people from all around the world. And I thank you once again for that. And then the last first thing ever is, and I'm going to tell you a little secret that I found out why is that, but I'm going to have tonight a first ever guest from Denmark. And she told me, of course, it should have been me because I'm the queen on Denmark, but that's a secret. So I want to wish a big welcome to Lotte Jorgensen, a secret queen of Denmark, to Talking Dogs with Dante. Good evening, Lotte. How are you? Are you excited?
I'm very excited and I want to say thank you because you invited me and I hope we will have a lot of fun.
I'm sure we will have a lot of fun. There is a lot of people watching and there are a lot of comments already. As usual, I will try to catch some of them. And if there are going to be some questions, I will try to read them to you. Let me just read few of them. Dimitri Mamonto is saying Moscow is impatiently waiting for an amazing live stream. Susie Bjork is saying good evening from Denmark, looking so much forward to a fun and educative evening. Frederick Hansen is saying hello from Denmark, can't wait for this. People are watching from Holland, from Italy, from Spain, from Brazil, from America, from Israel, from Sweden, from everywhere. So I'm sure it's going to be great. Lotte, my question is always the first question is always the same for everybody. So it's going to be the same for you. What was and when was your last show? How are you dealing with staying at home during this pandemic? And what are you hoping to be your first show in 2021?
Yeah, my last show was when I was judging craft.
Okay.
Okay.
So
yeah.
you have passed your anniversary. It's been more than a year.
Yeah. And you know, when I was judging craft, it was so close to all this corona. So when I came back, I even have messages from people who had corona in the ring showing for me. So I was lucky. Yeah, oh my God, I said the same. But everything went fine. And that was my last show. And the next show, that will probably, you never know because you have invitations, but it can be canceled in a minute.
Yeah.
Because I have 2 shows here in Denmark I have to go to, but you don't know if they will go on or they will get canceled. That's it.
And when should it be the first one?
That will probably be in June.
Okay. And you are hoping that in June the dog shows in Denmark can start, or you think that's too optimistic?
No, I think they are trying really very hard because we still have some shows here. We have some special shows where they are really trying, to do what they can, hold all this because of the corona. And we have the first international show now in Roskilde, and that will be probably about a month. Don't you think a month? Okay. And I hope that will go on too because people are still talking about will they cancel it? How is it? And you never know.
Yeah.
Because it depends on how it goes up. If there's too many who got infected, they will close it.
Yeah. This is we were talking just before we started the interview. We were talking a little bit about this. We are all talking about shows, and then if you organize the show, thousands of people are writing all the time. But are you sure it's going to happen? Who can be sure in these times? Like as you said, one day before, if the number of infected people goes up, we need to cancel everything. That's something that we need to live with. And what can we do? Nothing to do. But we are hoping that it's going to be better and that finally, after so many months at home. Well, this is what I wanted to ask you. How are you dealing with being so long at home?
Do I really have to tell you that?
Yeah, or tell me how is Ulf dealing with you being so much at home?
Poor guy. I mean, he's getting skinny and everything is so bad and his car doesn't work because I destroyed it and we can go on like that. No, it has been okay in a way because, I mean, you are normally never at home. So when you are at home like this, you can do all the things you never have done or should have done, like preparing something in your house or having fun in the forest with the dogs and so on. And then you still, we have a little, we call it a split, where we can meet some dog people together and talk and having fun. So that's how it is. But what can you do? You can't do anything because you're not allowed to do anything. All the restaurants are closed, the bar are closed, shop, whatever.
Yeah. Well, let's hope.
I mean, Europe is like this. If you go to the States, for example, USA, they have had big shows ever since. That's not a problem. They don't care.
Yeah.
They are showing outside. They have Florida. They have all
It's
the
the same like Russia.
Yeah, for sure.
Russia is also going, and the most interesting thing is that also China is doing the shows, big shows, without any problems. So
you don't want to go there.
Yeah, well, I think at the moment they don't want to come here. It's opposite than before, but okay. Let's see. Okay, let me just read to you, Lotte, a few of the comments, and then we start with the questions. Anna Sabo is saying lots of love from Holland. Erika Hellman is saying, how could we miss Lotte? Lotte was the most generous mentor, helping young breeders all over the world to start with the best Afghan hounds ever. I'm sure that you are happy to know that also important sight hound people like Ramon Podesta are watching. Ramon is saying, so glad to see both of you, and many other people are. We have like 60 comments already in the first 15 minutes. I'm sure that once when we finish the interview, you will be happy to read them all and to see all these nice messages that are coming there. Let's go now, Lotte, far away in the past. Of course, I was a good boy, and I have done a little bit of research, and you have sent me some materials. I have checked a little bit your website, and then I have seen this information that the Boxedan kennel was registered in 1965 by Hanne and Finn Lassen, but I didn't manage to understand who were these people. So can we start from there?
Yeah, Hanne and Finn Lassen was a couple, a very nice couple, very nice woman I knew very well. And she didn't start up. First, she was into horses, like I was a little bit. And then she started up with breeding boxers.
Okay.
And when you hear the name boxers, you know, here come Boxerdan from. So that's why she took the name Boxerdan. And for when she's been breeding boxers for a little while, she turned over to Afghans because that was more, you know, sophisticated and interesting and showing and so on. And she went on with the breeding Afghans for maybe 10 years. And certainly one day she was finished with it and said, I'm done with that. I want to go on with horses again. Mm-hmm. So Mr. Ole Stavnskær, who is a good friend of mine and lived close to me, he came and said, you have to go there and see her dogs. See if you can take over her dogs because they are wonderful, all of them, and go on with that. And that's what that was how it started, you know. So
yeah,
I got four Afghans who was so mad, so you've never seen anything in your life.
Okay. Yeah, because I have seen the information, but I couldn't find out who were these people. No. But of course, and I was also wondering where did the name come from, Boxedan. But now when you say it comes from boxers, it makes sense. Okay, but then we go to you, and you got your first apricot miniature poodle in 1966. I want to ask you, do you remember your first dog show, and do you remember your first poodle litter?
Yeah, I remember my first poodle litter. I mean, I was not really into breed anything on that time. I had a trimming saloon where I was clipping dogs and so on. And that little apricot poodle was a birthday present from Ulf to me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. So I had her for a little while. I never showed her anything because she was not really a show dog. She was just fun. So one day I went to a dog show, a special show with Afghans, and there come the interest like, wow, beside all this with Hanne Lassen, but that was a little later. So my first show was with an English Afghan, and that English Afghan was the male I was showing for Frank Tisabella. Mm-hmm.
Great,
So
rings a bell.
yeah, yeah, that was really interesting. I remember, I mean, he is a great handler himself, and the way he took the dog, he was shaking the dog like wow, 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 and I was like, oh my God, is this right? You know?
What is happening here?
Oh no, he was smiling and he said, I think you better have to close the door and the windows. The door and the windows? Yeah, so he will not blow away. Oh my God, no.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was always fun. I mean, we became so good friends later. But I mean, this is it. And then, of course, I heard on that special show some people standing outside from the ring and very high said, oh, she really thinks that she has a winner. And I was like, has a winner? What the fuck is that? So I was thinking, I was thinking over that. I said, okay, is it all about having a winner? I will have a winner for sure.
Okay, so
Okay.
okay, but I found out or I read on your website it was actually 1971 that you bought your first Afghan.
Mhm.
Why did you decide to buy an Afghan?
That's really hard to say. I was just in love with them. On that time, they were more wild than they are today. They were like cats, big cats.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you see, if you have been used to from home going around with Doberman, for example, and you say bang bang dong, you cannot do that to an Afghan because they will say fuck you.
Yeah.
And I
So this
love
is
that in a way, like, okay, are we playing here? Who is going to win? So
yeah. Who is
yeah,
going to be the winner?
yeah. So I love that way, without, people has to understand it's not a question about beating them or anything. It's a question about being a little smarter than they are. And they are
It-
really smart, I tell you. Eh,
so it's not an easy game.
No. So I really fell in love with them. And I bought the first Billy one from Hannah and Finn Lassen, who had the boxer kennel.
Hmm.
That
So
was a
that
female, and I think she was second winner in the class 200 or something times. So it was like, okay, I want a winner. I have to buy a new one.
yeah, you need to
Yeah.
pass this step from
Yeah.
the second to the
Oh my
first.
God.
Yeah. Okay, and then I read that you have actually joined the Boxer and Kennel in 1975, and then you took it completely over in 76.
Hmm.
That's more or less how did it happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the lady Hannah, she stopped completely with breeding, and you got her dogs and you continued the work.
Absolute.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And so today she's back. Now she's breeding Jack Russell Terrier. That's fun in a way. And the daughter is
Ah,
very
okay.
famous for her Jack Russell Terriers. So, I mean, they are in
Ah,
again. That's
okay,
nice.
okay. So
Yeah.
okay, and they are breeding, I suppose, with another kennel name now.
Yeah, for
Ah,
sure.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Okay, before we start talking about Afghans, and we all know that you are the most famous for your Afghans, but you have been involved a little bit also with some other breeds. We are not going to talk a lot about them, but I would like just quickly to pass these few breeds that you had. I will tell you the breed. You tell me just a little bit how did the story start? Did you do some success litters? What did happen? And maybe why did you stop with these breeds? Let's start with the poodles because we have mentioned them. That was your first dog, and also in your CV you mentioned that you had some poodles. Was it just the first one, or you had some others later on?
No, I knew a lady in Holland, a Baroness, who was so much into Afghan hounds. And I was down there quite often to visit her, and we was in contact, helping each other with this and that. And someday when I came down there, she had a white poodle sitting in her kitchen under a table. Can you believe that? And I said, What is that under the table?" And, "Oh, that's the white poodle I bought to the kennel boy who was here, but now he's running away and he left the poodle here." And I said, "Okay, can we take her out and let's see how she's looking?" we took her out, and I thought she's beautiful. So I said, okay, can I bring her home? I didn't have a poodle that time. So I said, yeah, take her home, and the coat too. Just go, take her out. So I brought her to Denmark, and then I called a lady from Norway, Astrid Gerski, who is the famous. Said, Astrid, come and have a look on this poodle. And she came down and she said, she's really beautiful. Said, you have to clip her. Yeah, she said, and then you have to show my dogs. No, I don't really know if I want to show a poodle. But this little poodle became dog of the year #3 of all breeds,
Oh, wonderful.
a white
Wow.
one. And it was so fun because all these poodle people said, oh, you will never win with a white. It's always the black one. And I thought, bullshit. It depends on how good they are.
Of course.
Yeah, of course you agree.
So
Because that's how it is.
it looks like you don't care a lot what other people say.
No, I trust
No.
very much myself.
That's good. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had this poodle. Did you ever had a litter or something out of? Did you continue later on with the poodle? So that was it.
No, I did not. I had 1 liter with her. And that's because some was interesting, like this girl in Norway, Astrid, she got a male called Frank Isabella, of course.
Okay.
So they was just splitting out. I didn't want to go on with poodle because, it's too much. If you have a breed you really are into, then I
Yeah.
think it's really too difficult to have other breeds too. And it's very difficult if you want to show them because you have to have really organized shows. We don't really have that here. And because you cannot run from one ring to another hall, it will be mix match.
Yeah.
So
Of course. Yeah. And okay, so then there is also a mention, and also that we have published in one of our advertising a photo with you with an American Cocker Spaniel, and I also know you wrote a book about American Cocker Spaniels. So tell us a little bit about that.
yeah, the American Cocker, I thought always they were very nice in a way. So we have Ken and some other breeders here in Denmark with American Cockers. And on that time, they all said, yeah, you cannot win with a party collar. They are so stupid, dog people. Said, you cannot win. Why can you not win with a party collar? What's wrong with that?
So you cannot win with the white poodle. You cannot win with the party collar.
Yeah, you got me, honey. So I get in contact with a lady in Sweden, Monica Bergström Hansen. She has this very beautiful male who is sitting on the photo. And I said to her, Monica, you have finished showing this male here in Sweden. Can I have him down here in Denmark for fun? And she said, yes, of course. So I showed him here in Denmark, and for 2 years he was never beaten in Group 8. Party collar.
You cannot win with a party collar.
And after that, we had so many party colors here in Denmark, red and white and da.
So that was the only. You never wanted to breed them, or you never.
No, I don't want to breed with them because there are so many things. They have bad bites and there's so many things. I don't want to go into that. It's only trouble.
Okay, so you wanted a little bit easier way. And then among all these long-coated breeds, at some point you wanted to try also the whippets.
Yeah. I love the whippet. Everybody should have a whippet, that's for sure. So that was because my best girlfriend, Birgitta Runemacher, we were so close together. She wants a whippet too, and then we decided we will have a whippet together. But before that, my son got one from Tim Taylor's in Holland. Do you know Tim Taylor's?
No.
Sorry for you.
Is it bad?
No.
Is it very bad?
He is
if I don't
really,
know.
Yeah, you should have known him. He is really a breeder.
Okay.
With Salukis and whippets. So my son got a whippet from him for showing for junior handing and everything. And I love that whippet. So later on, I said to Birgitta, okay, if you can find a nice one, I will have a whippet here in my house. So she found a nice one, and we agree about this whippet could stay here in my house. And I love that whippet. If I was younger today, I would absolutely go into whippet again. It's a lovely breed. They are easygoing. They are not dirty. There's so many things.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I
Yeah.
also
And
one of my first.
she was also winning best in show and everything. It was so fun, so fun.
And
But
nobody told you you cannot win with the women. No.
no, no, they didn't say anything. They were a little tired.
Okay. since
No, but I mean,
since
it came to the family. My son, who was showing, he was really doing great. He was winning on the world show here with his wabbit for junior handling, and
wonderful.
he was bispo for the world, yeah, for the world show. And I mean, that was maybe because I had so many good friends coming over, handlers from the States. So they teach him how to do. And it was so fun to hear them standing out and say, so move this leg, move that leg, turn
Yeah.
around. Yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah,
important. Always in life, important to have good mentors. That's for sure.
absolutely. That's the best.
Lotte, one thing only, if Ulf is somewhere around you, maybe you can put on some lights because I think it's getting a bit darker around. So you are quite in dark. I don't know if it's for all the people or it's just for me. But if there is some light, maybe
You want light?
you if you can put on if Ulf can put on some lights. I think because it's getting quite dark now.
We can
Let's
have
see.
spot on. Just
Let's
wait
see.
and see.
Okay,
Yeah.
already a bit better. Okay.
Du, tag det der. Okay.
Oh, wonderful. Now we see you. Yes. Yes, it was getting really dark. Wonderful. Okay,
Okay.
and then the last breed that I want to mention before we start with the Afghans are the Lhasas. Hello, Wolf. Hi.
Go. What? Yeah. You know, I have a very, very good friend in we are buddy in Sweden, and that's Annika Ulvenmo. You know
Yeah,
Annika.
of
Yeah.
course.
And Annika is quite often here when she's showing. She stays here, and you know we are having a great time together. So she called me one day, or mostly Ulf, because Ulf is so good to do that, and said, Ulf, I'm getting a dog back from the States, alas, Abso. Please help me go out there and deal with all the customer, all this shit. And if he can stay with you a little while, then I will come and pick him up. So Ulf did that, and no problem. And Sprite was staying here in the house. He was a very nice laser, but he was also that kind, like an Afghan who said, "Fuck you, I'm only doing what I want to do." So here
Lhasas are
comes
like that.
another one, like so. But I think that when he was staying here for 2 weeks, I called Annika and I said, "You'll never get him back. He's going to stay here."
So
And she
you
was
didn't.
laughing like you. She said, "I knew it. I knew it." So that's why he stayed here. And I tried really to show him, well, sometimes more than some, more few times and so on. But I think that's how lasers are. He was so tired of showing. He's been walking Canada around 3 times and the States 20 times. So when I took him to a dog show, he was like, he was laying on his back and said, "Forget it, honey."
Yeah. This is typical Lhasa.
Yeah,
This is
absolutely. So I said,
yeah.
okay, he's just going to stay at home with me. That was it. And later on, I got his daughter down, so there was a couple. It was beautiful.
Wonderful. Okay, but now you have only Afghans.
No, I don't have any Afghans anymore.
Ah, you don't have them anymore.
No, it's over. It's done. It's gone.
Okay, and
And
it's no
yeah,
way
I
that.
mean, yeah, but when you think about why don't you have an Afghan and so on, it's difficult because when you travel a lot and you go around and you hardly hear anymore and so on, it's always this, you have to call somebody and say, "Oh, could you take care of my dog?" And they
Yeah.
said, "How many do you have?" 5? No,
Yeah,
no way.
especially Afghans or
Yeah.
any dog with a long coat.
And
Yeah,
if I ask my kids, I mean, I have beautiful kids, they just shake their heads and said, "Mama, yeah, we have been taking care enough of your dogs." Okay, don't discuss that
so,
anymore.
okay,
So,
so that was it.
yeah.
Okay. Anyhow, let's talk about Afghans now. This is what you have been most famous for. You have done. You have make your name with Afghans and amazing results. Not only in Scandinavia but absolutely everywhere in the world. If you would need to explain to somebody how, in your eyes, looks a perfect Afghan hound, what would you say? What are, let's say, the most important features of a good Afghan type, of a correct type of Afghan hound?
Yeah, that's very difficult. Uh, if you want to correct, I mean, what's so important for me today, you would probably say, right, is the head. But normally I would say I will have the whole packet.
Okay.
I don't want just, if you see in front of me, I don't just want to stand there and say, oh no, there's a little more here and a little more there, and I get so tired of it. It's the whole packet. It means that they are. I'm greedy, very greedy. So, and I mean, the head is very important. The expression is really very important, especially for a male. And I get very tired when you hear all these boys standing and say, "Oh, look at this! It's such a pretty head." A male cannot have a pretty head.
Okay. What he should have?
A male can have an awesome head or a masculine head, not a pretty
Ah,
head. Pretty,
okay,
pretty,
okay.
pretty. So, masculine head, a little primitive. Can you understand that? Like,
Yes, yes.
come closer and I kill you. And there comes all the rest. Yeah, but that's how it is. And therefore, it's so important for judges, all the new judges, that they know something about the breed. They know how they have to go to the breed. Instead of they are fussy bossy, they are turning over and think this is a German Shepherd, and everything went wrong. And in a second, the Afghan will said, come
Yeah.
closer, honey. You have no balls in a second. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
But
that
this
means
is this what this
they have
this
to
you
have the
this
body,
yeah.
the
This what you
top
say.
line,
It's very important. I think that
yeah,
I think that
the
nowadays
attitude
one of
is so
one of the
important
biggest problems is that some of the judges don't understand that they cannot approach all the breeds in the same way.
for sure,
Yeah.
absolutely, and especially, I mean, the girls can be a little Afghan girls are a little like girls are. The males, I mean, you have to understand them. Of course, you can touch them, but it's the way you do it. You cannot
Yeah.
just force over and come to the end and stick your hand into private things. They are like, oh, do that again. Do
Yeah.
that again, you are a dead person. And
Yeah.
it's so hard to tell them because then they start to say, oh, but they are very shy. They are not shy, not at all. They are just telling buck off.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
important,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Okay, so we stopped with the head, and then what else would you say that it's very important for the breed?
Everything is important. Gotta have a long neck, put it right on, good shoulders, a good top line, a nice croup, very nice angulated forward and behind, big bones, big feet. Today you see many Afghans with sticky bones, like a little penny something. You got to think about this is a hunting dog for big animals.
Yeah.
So they cannot run with small skinny legs and break their legs when they turn around. It doesn't
Yeah.
work,
Yeah.
So
That's true.
that's very important. Big feet so they can really cover the ground. And they gotta have a very, very wonderful, nice tail set. And not all these today fixed tail. I hate it.
Okay.
Take
And
it away.
how do we know that the tail is fixed?
Do you want me to tell you someday? When we go
I
in
don't
the
know.
corner, then I'll show you.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I mean, if you have, if you really know something about it, you know immediately. You can see it. Also,
Yeah.
it's not a problem. And some today have been so good to do it, so it can be really hard. But
Yeah.
what are they doing? They are cheating themselves because you don't know today who has a nice tail and who has a wrong tail. You don't know that.
Yeah. Until
Can
you
you
breed with
understand
it.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, until I play with it.
Yeah. Okay. And then when we are talking about that, tell me, Lotte, obviously you have judged Afghans all around the world. What would you say that at the moment is the biggest problem of the breed? Or let's say what the breeders should look more, what they should take care more about? What you think they are doing wrong in
They
general?
Yeah, but they absolutely have to look for the face, the expression, and the attitude. I don't want to see any Afghan crawling over, like they are shy or they don't like it and they're eating like this. I don't want to see it. And there's no excuse for it. And I don't want to hear any judges say, oh, but it has such a beautiful deep breast or whatever. Or beautiful big eyes. They're not going to have big eyes. It's not a cow, honey. Ooh. I mean, give me a break. But it is a question about learn something about the breed. And today we are having so many new judges every fucking week. They are popping out like popcorn. Plop, 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 plop. Yeah, but it's true.
Okay.
And I said, they will kill me. I will probably be suspended again. I've tried that a lot of time, but I really feel that the young handlers and judges read more about fashion magazine today than dog magazine. Okay, they
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
look at my new jacket and my trousers and my hat. So yeah, but what about that? What? Yeah, I'm going to judge today. Afghan. Yeah, they will get a shock in that Czechoslovakia. Jesus, but it
Okay.
can be
So
important. You know that.
yeah. Yeah. So the heads are the problem. Is there something else that
Yeah,
bothers you in the breed?
we still have to look for spring again. And I
Okay.
mean, today it's so difficult because some people love the Afghans because they think this is really a show dog. And you can say that it is a show dog, but you have to decide with yourself, what do you want to breed? Do you want to breed an Afghan or a show dog?
Yeah.
If you want to breed a show dog, you can teach that dog to run faster like hell. But who says it's right? It's not right. You
Yeah.
can run so fast, so not even German Shepherd can catch them. It's just a question about training.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry because when they have to run so fast, they will get what we call a slopey top line.
Yeah.
And it's so wrong.
Okay. So that should not be like this. Okay. I want to
What's
ask you,
that?
Lotte. Yeah.
Wait a
I
second,
w-
I have a blue something over here.
okay.
It
Doesn't matter.
says,
But we see you and we hear you.
okay. We see you on here. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Come on,
I don't
honey.
know. Yes. For the moment, we see you and we hear you. So if you have everything blue, it's not a big problem. But maybe
Oh,
Ulf can fix it for you. But
yeah, he's done it already.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
fixed. But
Wonderful.
Ante, when you talk
Tell me.
about that, I mean, when we go into this, I think this is important to say today when we talk about new judges, young judges, and so on. For me, and I have always been so lucky that I had the best mentor in the whole world,
Yeah.
really. Otherwise, I couldn't have done that. And it's so important that the young people understand they gotta have a really good mentor, not a mentor. I mean, if you wanna do Afghans, you don't go around and find a mentor who's breeding poodles.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. It has to
Yeah.
be find one you said this answer is really good. I will ask if I can go because some mentors will say no, I don't want you go away. But stick onto them. It's the most important thing you can do. And they don't do that. You don't really see it. We see somebody who said, I got a mentor. I said, yeah, but I'm in for Irish Wolfhound, but she's breeding Pharaoh Hound. Oh, that's very similar, honey. You will learn
Yeah.
a lot, but
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
me a
I
break.
think yeah. We talk a lot about that in my interviews. I think the problem goes both ways. One problem is that that I think that young people are not even very much interested to have mentors, and then the second problem is that there are people who are big names in some breeds, but they don't want to mentor anybody. But still, we must say, there are still young people who want to learn, and there are still older generations who want to give knowledge. And this is something that we need to. I agree with completely with you. That's something that needs to be always mentioned. That if you want to learn, you need to find a good mentor. I completely agree with you.
Yeah, but then you have also to tell these young people that, I mean, they cannot just come jumping like it should be a gift from God. I'm coming to you. You should be my mentor. Who, me? I mean, it doesn't work that way. They have
Yeah,
to be a little bit humble, you know. We have
yeah,
all
yeah,
been that in the old time. I mean,
yeah.
when I had this mentor, the first time I talked to her, she said, "You can go away and come back in 10 years. Then I will see what you have done before."
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyhow, let me just before we continue with the question, let me just read to you a few of the comments that we got. Simon Burton is saying, "Love it." Petru Muntan saying, "I enjoy every second." Karen Lynn says, "What a nice dog lady. It is nice to listen to you. Good energy." Divora Serra saying, "I love her." Richard Lemon saying, "Straight talking woman. I like." Buta Smirba is saying, "Perhaps the best interview." Trixie Breen saying, "Lotte, best interview ever. Big hugs from Pam Bruce." Natalie Hollinger saying, "She's awesome." Tina Taulo saying, "So many have lost the typical movement.
I think
Afghan
that.
without Afghan movement is a poor standard poodle." Olga Klimova is saying, "Oh God, unfortunately, I don't know this lady as I'm really far from group 10, but she's fantastic." So, anyhow, Rochelle is saying, "Love your humor, but absolutely true words on the new judges and the need for mentors." So, anyhow, there are so many nice comments already, and I see that people are enjoying, and that's great. I want to ask you, Lotte, if you would compare, you have judged. Let's put it like this: you have judged Afghans at Crafts last year in March. If you would compare the Afghans of today, the best Afghans of today, with the Afghans that you started with some years ago, do you think that they have improved? Do you think that the breed is going in a good direction? Or you think that the quality was better in the past?
Oh, I have so many good friends in England, honey.
Well, I'm not talking only about England. I'm talking in general
Okay.
about the breed.
Yeah. Because I mean, now, yeah, but you were around Croft, so I can talk about that. It's not a problem. They have, I think, they have improved a little bit in England. Otherwise, I would say they are the same as I started when I was a young girl, maybe 20. I was always in England. They are the same. They are still the same from when I was 20. They have almost the same judges. They have the same hall they're showing their dogs in, the same process, the same leads, everything. Can you understand that?
Yeah. And what about
No, you
dogs?
cannot. Yeah,
I
I
can
mean,
understand.
they have to come out, and it's so difficult because it's like, no, we can't do that. We're not allowed to do that. So there are a few young ones now who are on, and they are doing great. And I hope they will continue to do what they do and get some
Okay.
more foreign judges over there, not only themselves.
Yes. Well,
So,
that's a big problem everywhere in general.
yeah.
But if we talk about Afghans in general,
Mhm.
in the world, you think they have been better dogs in the past, or there are still some really good dogs today?
I think there have been better dogs in the past, and
Okay.
many more. I mean, if you think about the entry here in Denmark, who is a little country, we are maybe now 10. That goes for all classes. When I was really showing in the old time, we was easily over 100.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a lot, and of course there will be more to pick out of
Yeah.
instead of if you stand with 10 dogs. But I mean, Sweden they still have very nice. Finland has a lot because they have always big entries. So you can always find some nice ones. It
Yeah.
depends on what you like and what you want to pick out.
Yeah. That's true.
Because
But
then we
but
have all these funny judges of the, why did you took this? Oh, but I thought it has such a wonderful tail. Oh my God, interesting. We want the whole,
yeah.
oh,
But how much when we are talking now? You have mentioned Scandinavia a little bit. We were talking about crafts. Let's mention also, let's say, Australia and the States.
yeah.
How 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 different Afghans look in these different
No,
continents?
it's not different. not at all.
Okay.
You can find some who are very X-rated in a way, but this happens everywhere because there are always some clowns, who want to prepare them and clip them and trim them and what the fuck they are doing. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, if
This
they
is
could
this is
wear
what
a hat.
this is what I want to ask you. If correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm not. Somewhere in the standard of the Afghan hounds, it says they should not be clipped or scissored or whatever does it say. And there is a lot of talking about this, about clipping, about scissoring, about trimming. I want to ask you, what is
Where
allowed?
where
What
where
is
are they
allowed?
talking about? Where are they
Well,
talking
everywhere
about?
they are talking about. Yeah,
Everywhere. Or
yeah,
you are coming everywhere.
yeah. Well, I don't know
Okay.
if they are talking or they are doing, but I must tell you that when I see many Afghans, they don't
Yeah.
look like they are very natural. But I want to ask you, what is what is allowed, what is not allowed, what is enough, what is too much if we are talking about grooming of the Afghans.
Yeah, well, now we talk about trimming. I would say like this: you can trim as much as you want, as long as it's looking naturally, so you can see it.
Okay.
Okay, we have, and I feel sorry for them. I wish I could help everyone. We have many new ones who can see that somebody is trimming the tail and taking some of here and there, so they want to trim too, and they start with scissor and machines and everything, and it looks awful because you can really use your finger a lot, like that. Goes much easier. And of course, I mean, I can easily say I've done it on seminars and everything. I will love to show how I trim. The tail I will take with a scissor because I don't want to go with a tail who's all with hair on and looking like a wolf is going to shave his face. You have to take it off because it has to look smooth in a way, wonderful sidehound. It says sidehounds with lines and everything. And if you have hair everywhere, so you don't know, is this the head or is it the back? What the fuck is this? Then you have to help them a bit because it's you and me, Ante, who has breathing all this coat. We have been breathing coat and coat and coat, and certainly it was too much. So it was just coat and coat. And an Afghan is not supposed to just look about coat. I can only tell you if I really could get an Afghan today, I wouldn't have that much coat. And I would probably have a little bit bare pastern or whatever, because that's an Afghan.
Yeah.
But
So
they love, yeah.
yeah, I lost a little bit part of it because I don't know if it was your connection or my connection, but I think other people have heard
Yeah,
it.
it's from
But
here.
we
Yeah. Wolf is coming.
no, I think now it's
Okay.
okay.
So then, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's okay. We were talking a little bit about trimming. You said, of course, in your opinion, it can be done a little bit here and there. What about, let's say, scissoring? Would you scissor something on the Afghan?
Yeah, I would do that. And when you ask why would you do that? That's because I've seen so many people try to get hair off the head, and they have this feeling you're not allowed to use machine, scissor, or anything. So they try to pull it out with their hands, and they hurt the dogs so much. And I can't
Yeah,
have it. I can't see it. So instead, I will learn them. Say, come on here. I show you how to do it. Very soft, very carefully. It's
yeah,
better for the dog. So fuck the standard in a way because I'm so tired of that standard anyway. So I'm so tired of that standard. But it's true.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
I never heard this before about the standard, but I
Yeah.
like it in a way. Okay,
But it's
so
and it's true. Think about it. I mean, if people come to me and they have to learn, I mean, sometimes they always come and they have all the papers and the standard, and they put it up and say, well, "What's this? It's the standard." Yeah, take that away. We are talking about dog. Okay.
okay, okay, that's
Wait
definitely
a
another
and
perspective.
and I got a message here saying I'm afraid that my computer will close and restart very soon.
Who's it's written on your computer?
Yeah, Ulf come with it. He said, "Can we have 5 minutes break? Can you see it if I do like this?"
No, yeah, I don't see it, but okay. So
Do you
let
have
me
to
talk.
know?
Beltran,
Beltran, come here with your beautiful voice.
yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so what you need to restart your computer or what?
I don't know. Ulf, yes, yes. Den er til elektricitet, computer. Yes.
So yeah, but check. Ulf can check because I don't think that you need to restart it. Maybe you can just write it like do it later. If
Okay.
there is a if the
Yes, I touch it now. Hot. I'm hot. No,
I thought you're not.
no, it's not hot. Not really.
You need to restart.
What?
You need to restart.
Oh, they want to restart me. Shut up. So no, it's not hot.
Okay. Okay. Let's hope. Who
Let's
needs to
hope.
restart?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's hope it works well. If it starts to restart, if something, but if there is somewhere where you can click not to restart now because normally gives you an option, remind me later or do it later or something like this, then try to press that so that it doesn't restart while we are talking.
Oh, I can only see one say, "Put up your hand in the air." What does that mean? Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't have a clue. I'm not a computer something. I hate computers.
Okay, let's hope it's going to work. And if something happens, please don't go away. Then we will just wait a little bit that Lotte restarts the computer and we start
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
Anyhow, there is a question from Sole Ragna. She's saying, "What a fun, interesting, and honest interview. I would be very interested to know if there are any books or reading material about the Afghans you would recommend for someone interested in learning more about the breed. I agree that it is very important to have good, experienced mentors to guide you, but I have found reading about the history and type of a breed often gives a different kind of depth and understanding." We lost Lotte. Okay. Okay. So please, now it comes the time where I'm going to entertain you. Okay. 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 So that you don't think that I'm crazy and that I'm talking to myself. I have Beltran obviously in my ears, and I'm talking to him. So obviously something happened to Lotte's connection. Obviously the computer restarted. She got the notification, but we didn't manage to fix it. So I suppose we need to wait just a few minutes that the computer restarts, and then we try to connect again with Lotte. In the meantime, I'm here for you, and I have no idea what we can talk about now in these few minutes, but I will try to think of something. Anyhow, you are all there, and I'm there until Lotte comes back. I see that everybody's saying that she's hot. Obviously, she got too hot, and then the connection failed. Tell me a little bit what when you look at the interviews, what is maybe something that I don't ask normally to my guests, and you would like to know. No, Julie, I'm not going to sing. I think that nobody would like me to sing. But here, okay, for Solid, here is an answer from Michael Canalizo about the books. He is giving you some examples of the good books. So that's okay. Ulf is saying, Ulf is Lotte's husband. He says, my PC started to update. So sorry, it's not a problem, Ulf. I'm going to entertain them for the few minutes. Let's just hope that the computer is not going to update for a very long time. But okay. Anyhow, we had so much of drama and everything in the last few days, because Beltran sent me a message. I think it was Sunday night, and he said, my computer is dying. I think it's the main processor, or I don't know what." And we were thinking at some point that if it's really a big thing, that maybe we'll have to cancel it, but luckily it didn't happen. But okay, now we need to wait a little bit that Lotte's computer updates, and and then we'll Petru, I like you, but you say do not sing, please. I'm not such a bad singer. I mean, I am bad singer, yes, but I'm not such a bad singer. I think that no. Beltran is saying, so sing for us. No, it's not going to happen. I still have. Uh, Anne is asking me, what are your experiences with the Afghan breed? My experiences. Well, actually, I think I have no experience. Yes, I must. I think I have. I think I have showed an Afghan some years ago, while I was still young and slim, which I don't want to say that I'm not slim, but I'm not slim. I showed an Afghan some years ago, and it was fun. I in general, I think Afghans are beautiful dogs, and I think there is something very exotic about them. And I think people who breed and show Afghans must have really a lot of fun bringing them to the shows. So I like the breed. I think they're really nice. So that's the only. Tell me, Beltran. Oh la la. Okay. Okay. Lotte sent a message that it will take 15 minutes to update her computer. So I think. And Beltran, can you send a message and ask them if maybe they can connect from the mobile phone or something, that at least, yeah, but they will not have Skype, I suppose, on the mobile. That's probably the thing. Yeah. Okay. Send them a message and see. Yeah. See if they have Skype somewhere else. If not, we will wait a little bit. I'm a little bit upset because I see that there are some people going away because it's only me talking. But okay, I will not take it too personal, that you think that I'm not enough entertaining. But it's okay. Anyhow, Dimitri is saying, Ante, answer yourself that first question you ask other guests. How is the situation in your country? How is the judging going? Is everything getting better? Yeah, I think I think we are still, now I'm going to talk like Lotte talks, quite honest and direct. I think that we are still in a very deep shit with this corona. At the moment in Croatia, first of all, the numbers are quite high of new infected people. This is the first problem. Then the second problem is that there are vaccinations, but there are not enough vaccinations. Then the third problem is that even when there are, even if there are now vaccinations, a lot of people don't want to take them, especially this AstraZeneca, because it has been so much talking about problems and side effects and so on and so on. So I don't know what is going to happen. The thing is that luckily, I would never think that I will say this, but luckily Croatia is a poor country, and normally we must open the borders and everything during the summertime, because otherwise we are not going to have money for anything. And so I'm really hoping that when the weather becomes a little bit better, and that we will manage to have some shows during the summertime. I'm hoping the split can happen in July. We managed to have it last year in July. I hope we can manage to have it also this year. So that's more or less the hope. in another way, we had the last show in Croatia last year in September, and that has actually been the last show that we have done. I have big problems in persuading Javier that we should finally go somewhere for a dog show. But I hope that soon we can get vaccinated. This is the first thing. I hope that Dea and Carla will help me to persuade him to go next week to some shows in Bosnia, because we have so many young dogs that have never been to the shows that we really need to try. And then Petru is also here. They are having, I think it's first weekend of May. They are having 4 shows in Timisoara, which is absolutely one of my all-time favorite shows. And I mean, you can see these trophies that I have here everywhere. They are all from Timisoara shows. And we have entered some dogs. We hope that it's going to be possible to go there. I know that they have put a limited entry of 500 dogs, and they have reached this limit of 500 dogs, I think, in a few days. So people are really eager to go to the shows. Well, most of the people, Javier not, but other people are really eager to go to the shows, and I hope it's going to happen. So, Ulf is saying thank you for your patience. Just a few more minutes, then Lotte is back. Thank you, Ulf. I really hope she will be back soon, because I don't know more what to say. But Soleil is saying maybe you could tell us a little about your favorite breeds to have at home and favorite breeds to show. I'm also sure people will be interested to hear your answer to some of the difficult questions you ask your guests. I have always been much better in asking questions than in answering questions. But okay, I must say that absolutely my number one breed are the miniature schnauzers. That has been my first show dog. And I still have miniature schnauzers at home. It's the breed that I absolutely love. Then I had some dachshunds. I don't have many anymore, smooth coated standards, but I love the breed. And then, as many of you know, I have been showing for almost 20 years dogs of Dr. Škavić, Scottish Terriers. And at some point when he decided that he wants to stop breeding, he called me and he said, we have 2 possibilities. Number one, I sterilize and castrate all the dogs and I give them in the pet homes, or you take them all and you continue what I have done with the breed. And I was, of course, Javier was against. I was also not sure that was a good idea. In a way, I love the breed, but I know they are very difficult. But obviously, I was sorry after so much that has been involved with the breed and so many top dogs that we bought all over the Europe. I read the message of Ulf. I will tell you also this. We decided that we will take the dogs and continue. And Scotties are really a special breed, and it's not easy to love them. I must say that, because they like to bark a lot. They like to bite the legs, but there is something very funny about them, and I love them. So I'm absolutely happy that I have continued with the Scotties. But I must say, obviously, miniature schnauzers are far away my favorite breed. But also I must say that if you ask me what is absolutely the most gorgeous, most exciting breed to show, my answer would always be a standard poodle. I think there is nothing similar to the glamour and to the beauty of the standard poodle. So that's it. Ulf is saying to me, I didn't want to mention that. He was saying thank you for your patience. Just a few more minutes, then Lotte is back. This I can read you already. And then he says, maybe Ante can tell about his first meeting with Lotte is split when she got dog S ... in her hair. I would maybe prefer prefer that Lotte tells this story, but we didn't really meet there. At some point, it has been must be 7, 8 years ago. At some point, they called me and they said there is a big drama. There is a big drama. You need to come. So uh, there have been two tents, one next to another. In one, it was Lotte. In another one, there was a Spanish lady, a handler, and she had a fence, if I remember correctly, and her dogs were all the time doing these things, but she was not picking up. So Lotte has gone to her a few times nicely and asked her please to pick it up because it smells bad and so on and so on. And well, the situation, I don't know, I was not there, but the situation how you call it, say it in English, well, it got quite interesting in the way that the Spanish woman somehow has managed to put dog shit all over the head of Lotte. And Lotte was running around with this shit in her head and screaming. And I was trying to be nice and polite and to help, but obviously, there was a situation where I didn't really know what to do. So I was asking the delegate of the kennel club, and he was also saying, like, I don't know what to do. Like, how can I know who is wrong, who is right, who is this, who is that? So I mean, I have been thinking so many times about that, and of course, it's a horrible thing that has happened. But in a way, I think that as horrible as it is, I think for Lotte, at the end now, after some years have passed, it is just a very fun story to talk about and to say. And I'm happy that I can maybe after some time pass also this trauma that I had that year. But anyhow, I mean, you have seen Lotte. Lotte is just a great character, and probably she was very mad at that time, but now I think the same like me, she can just laugh about that. Karen is saying, I thought you also have Maltese and Lhasas. Well, obviously, I don't have them myself, but I live with Javier, and Javier has Lhasas and Maltese that we are showing. I love Lhasas. We have some pet Lhasas at home, shaved, which is how I like them the best. We have also her name is Triptis del Alberico, which is 15 years old now, and like she's such a character. So yes, we have Lhasas at home, and we have Javier got from Stefano some very nice young puppies. So he's very excited. That's definitely a breed of his number one breed. And yes, we have some Maltese for showing. And I remember when I was speaker at the show in Malta, I said that I think that every person who brings a Maltese in a good condition to a dog show should like get, even with winning or without winning, like should get a award and a big applause, because taking care of Maltese coat is such a work that I don't know, not for me, but really like to have a Maltese in the top coat. I don't know if there is any other breed in the world that is as difficult as that. But okay, let me see. There have been some comments. More. Okay, obviously we have got now quite a lot of comments for Lotte. The only thing we need is to have Lotte back. Ulf, I actually think that what would be interesting is that Ulf now writes to us what is happening there, how much is Lotte screaming to him, and what is happening. Because I think if we would have hidden cameras now in Lotte's house, that would be Niklas is saying, so Ante, how do you feel about Standard Poodles winning so much? At my last show, my Saluki bitch did not win best in show because she did not perform. as the standard poodle, she lost two. Should all breeds show like standard poodles to be able to win, or should judges more consider a typical specimen of a breed? Oh, there they are. Hello. Welcome back. I see you, Ulf. I don't know if he see me. I don't know if he. No, I lost him again, and now I have him again. Hello, Ulf. There is Lotte also. Beltran, do we have them? Okay.
I can't see you, Enter.
Okay, we can see you. Probably
Okay.
you need to put
Hello.
just video.
Nice to see you.
Hello. Everybody can see you now, Ulf. Everybody's happy that you are back. Okay.
Yeah, I'm back, but I can't see you, honey.
Yeah, wait.
Are we having fun? Jesus Christ.
Lotte, listen.
Yeah,
First,
yeah.
first of all, let me just quickly answer to Niklas, because now you are back. Absolutely not, Niklas. I think that absolutely.
Oh,
I said
beautiful, Niklas.
yes.
Okay.
I think that standard poodles should really move like standard poodles and perform like standard
Yeah.
poodles. But obviously, you would not want to see one Pekingese to move and show like standard
No.
poodles. Unfortunately, I think that there are breeds which are glamorous, and for the judges who don't have a lot of knowledge and experience, for them it's much easier to put up one Afghan or one Newfoundland or one standard poodle with a lot of coat and a lot of attitude, even if maybe it's not the maybe not so good for the breed, but for them it's like this. Not my opinion, definitely. But anyhow, Lotte, listen. First of all, I had to spend here like 10 minutes talking alone to the people. I have tried to entertain them with the story of the dog shit in your hair in Split, and it was not it was not
You
my
can do
fault. It was
better.
Ulf. Yeah,
You
it
can
was
do
Ulf
better.
who said that I should tell that story. So don't blame
Yeah.
me. It's Ulf. It's Ulf who
Oh
did it.
God.
But I want listen. I want to know. Lotte, in these 10 minutes while the computer was uploading, how was the situation in your house?
But that was so quiet, complete quiet. It was like,
So you
walking on
didn't have.
eggs. Nobody said anything because, I mean, it was like, don't say anything, I kill you. But I have a gun. My gun is bigger than yours.
Yeah.
So
Anyhow,
yeah.
I'm happy, Lotte. Before you went, there were 200 people watching live, and there are still 200 people watching live. So obviously they
Oh,
love you a lot. They love
I
you a
love them
lot, and
too.
they didn't go away.
Oh God, how nice.
Yes, and there of course there have come now a lot of questions for you, but I will try to catch on some of them. But we stopped with this dog grooming. We stopped with fuck the standard. This we have now this we have now passed, and now we
Yes.
can continue. I want to ask you another thing, Lotte, and this is about colors in Afghans. There has been a lot of discussions about these pandas. What is your opinion about that?
That's the wrong color. I mean, a panda Afghan is not an Afghan. No discussion about it. We have been in there. I've been in there for such a long time. And these girls, I don't know, who are breeding this or putting out their mates, they really have a problem.
They need a mentor.
They really need a mentor, a very good mentor. Okay. And we have tried
Okay.
everything. People here have said, okay, we want to pay everything to get them DNA tests so we can see if it is really Afghans. They don't want that. And I can only say
But
so, and listen to me.
yeah,
You cannot
tell me.
certainly one day have a litter with 8 Afghans who all have that color. It's not possible. It is not
Yeah.
possible. And they don't want to
Yeah.
listen to that because it's a question about money. And they go around to people and say, "Are they beautiful?" And say, "Oh yeah, they're so beautiful." Yeah, and you only have to pay the price double, so you can buy one. Do you want to
But
buy two?
but they win. So I don't know. I'm asking you: is it the color that is allowed by the FCI standard or not?
No, it's very. I mean, they complain about. They said all colors is allowed, but they should be
Okay.
clever enough. They are not clever enough to say
Original.
all original color is allowed. This is something who
Okay.
certainly pop up, and they, if you really look at them in the head and everything, they don't have that expression or anything like an Afghan is supposed to have. It's like it goes with other breeds, with poodles. Certainly, we are going to have poodles who are pricked or striped or whatever in all colors. Why? Why do we have to have that? The breeders has been fighting for years to have the right color. Certainly, we are going to have bright with white spot and whatever because they can sell it for a lot of money. I feel so sorry for the breeder who's been really fighting for years. I can't have it. It's like we have all these fucking designer dogs. What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
Petru is
wrong.
asking you,
It's
and you.
wrong with Panda. And I have to say something else. We are going again to hold a World Congress for Afghan House. Okay, we have done that
Yeah.
before. And I mean, all these people who are so sure around your country down there, blah blah blah, blah who have panda
Okay.
Afghans, breed panda
There are
Afghans.
no panda. There are no panda Afghans in my country.
Oh, they are
Let's clear
looking
it.
so cute. Anyway, they should come and let's talk about it. They are not coming. And they are hiding themselves. And I mean, I know because when I come down there, I mean, it's not that I go around and kill people, but when they see me, it's like the head is down, like, fuck, she's coming. Oh,
I
come
really
on,
don't
let's
know
have a
why.
discussion. I love to discuss it. And I'm sure I can persuade this is not okay for my breed. My heart is crying. I'm crying. Don't destroy the breed I've been fighting for so many years just because
Yeah.
you want to have money.
Okay,
Oh,
we have solved the
okay.
we have solved the question. You have speak a little bit, but Petru Muntan is asking you. Please do ask Lotte if she thinks the breed changed in the last 40 years. It will be very interesting to have her authorized opinion. So, did the breed change in the last 40 years?
Absolutely.
In what?
Absolutely. I mean, in we should say if the breed have changed, it depends on where from and what. I mean, when I was really starting, the breed was very big in Germany and in Holland,
Okay.
and they were so much sticking together. It was the old Orange, and if you can only be member of the club if you have a Orange dog bits or whatever. And the same was it in Germany. It was very, very difficult to come in and show your dogs there. And now you start to say, "What where did you get yours from?" Some get them from England and some from the States. And they were so different to what they have in Germany, in Holland. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
changed in many ways. I mean, and some people said, "Oh yeah, but they have another type and this type." I always get confused and said, there are only two types, the right one and the wrong one. Boom,
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
that's
but
that's
it's
very true.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it has
Yeah.
changed. And I mean, you can easily change it because you can change it to what you want. Again, if you want a show dog, you can change it with the coat, the color, the head. They don't care about the head. Sometimes they got borzoi heads, like me. They're so long. So I said, Jesus Christ, they cannot turn around in the corner. And some are so, refined and spacey and like sharks. So oh, hold the leash. If you drop it, the head will get down the ground, bang, and you never get it up again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they
Well,
don't like they don't like when I say it, but they have a feeling like, oh.
yeah, because I can see that in general when you are talking you are very diplomatic. Maybe
Hmm.
that's why they don't like to hear it.
Really, really.
Yeah,
I try
you
to be
really
very
like
diplomatic. Oh God.
you. I think Lotte, you should have done your career in politics. Anyhow, I think this is going to be maybe the question with the longest answer, but I'm still going to ask it. If you could change something in the FCI standard of the Afghan hounds, would you change something, and if yes, what?
Oh, I've never been thinking about that at all.
Probably, I would say that
No,
you
I
would
have.
change
I
something
mean,
about colors and grooming.
no colors. I mean, what about colors? Grooming? No, you don't need to say anything in the standard about grooming. Leave this out. And
Okay.
instead of that, you can teach people how to groom. Tell them how to do, because it is. I mean, when I really started up for so many years ago, we got an Afghan male from the States here to Finland, Pan America of Storm Hill. And he had so much coat, and everybody said, God, it's a very funny color. It's wrong color. That was Brendel. We've never seen that. We were used to golden black mask and maybe black and tan. That was it. So, but I say, God, you can read the standard and go into it, but don't hold it like a Bible.
Yeah.
The most important thing and is that you can see dogs. Can you see how is a good dog? Can you see this is a nice dog? Even if it is a bastard, I don't care. But you have the feeling, right chest, good mover, everything. And then you can stick into the standard when somebody complains and says, hey, it says in the standard it's allowed to have this and that. So you feel secure because this is what they're doing. So it's really, I
But
mean,
yeah, these are the things. These are the things that I think for the people outside of the breed that make life difficult. These are the things. For example, all colors allowed. You know.
yeah,
So if
yeah.
if somebody who is not inside of the breed and is just reading the standard, if he goes to judge a panda color Afghan, he will say it's okay because the standard says all colors, are allowed. Then the same thing with the grooming. If somebody will go who is not experienced with the breed and will see that the dog is groomed, he will say, "Oh, I don't allow this. It's written in the standards, no grooming." So I think in a way this is a problem for the. It's easy for you because you are in the breed. You know all the details. You know what is how, why, how to trim, how to bath, what is why this color is coming from, where it's coming. But I think it's difficult for the judges because they don't have any experience with the breed except what they read in the standard.
You're so right. They don't have any experience with the breed, and they shouldn't judge them at all because it's yeah.
I was
They
sure you will say this.
yeah, honey. But I mean, they have to figure out how the breed is supposed to look. They have to learn something about it instead of being so quick, like, oh, I got Afghan now, I'm over to this and that and blah blah blah. They have to figure. I mean, for years ago, when we had old Stounscare here as a big teacher for all judges, and he was really very strict. It was like, now you have these 5 breeds, and you have to judge them for maybe 2 years before you get new ones. Here they got new ones every fucking weekend. And it's sometimes you talk to them, say, but why are you going to judge terriers? Do you know anything about terriers? Yeah. Do you know about the coat and trimming? No. No. So you're judging terriers. You don't know anything about the coat and trimming. It's not good, Auntie. It destroys
I know.
the whole dog world. And you can be clever too when you invite judges. See till that they are good to judge what they have to judge down there, honey.
But I mean, I think what you said before, you said a good dog is a good dog, and I think
Yeah.
there are people who can learn a lot, who can read a lot, but who will never be good judges because they just don't have it. I think the essence of everything is to have an eye for a dog, and from that it should start because standard everybody can learn a standard. That's not science fiction.
For sure, and they can learn it. I mean, by boom, and therefore they passed all the tests we have here for become a judge. And I mean, and some can read the standard, and some understand the standard. That's the difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Well,
because you have
you
to
know,
understand the standard.
yeah.
Don't start
Well,
crying. I can see
I
crying.
know I should not say this this public, but at some point when I realized I was not so young anymore and that I'm not so slim anymore, so I'm not such a nice picture for showing dogs. I decided I will do the judges exam, and I have gone
Welcome
for a
in the
judges.
club.
Yes, and I have gone for a judges exams for the schnauzers, only for
Yeah,
schnauzers.
yeah.
And I mean, that's the breed that I have for 20 years, and I have won with my dogs and with other people's dogs, world winners and European winners and best in show and so on. So somehow, in a way, I think I know something about the breed, but I didn't pass the exam, and they told me I don't know anything about my own breed. So it happens. It
But
happens.
yeah,
Anyhow,
that's it. We have had people here also who was not supposed to. I mean, they couldn't pass. Where I said, "This is not true. She is such a good lady. She knows everything about her breed." And I went really. I said, "What's wrong?" That yeah, but she's a little nervous. Yeah, I'm nervous every day when I go to the bank, honey. I mean, this is ah,
yeah.
but this is
Yeah,
so
well,
silly.
it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter, but
But
it's just like this. You
Anthony,
know how is the dog world.
yeah, but you can know a good judge on the dogs they have in the kennel.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, that's true.
you
That's
can
true.
know, yeah,
That's true.
because we
Yeah,
have so many, and it confused me. Like, was it how many dogs do you? Where do you come from? I'm from heaven. Oh, from heaven, yeah, yeah. How many dogs do you have? Oh, I had two dogs. You had two dogs. Yeah, and you were 24 and you're already a rounder. Holy banana. It goes quick up there in heaven to, I mean,
yeah, yeah.
it's not
Well,
good.
okay. It is what it is. It is what
Yeah,
it
it
is,
is what it
and
is.
there are. I must say, and I don't know if you will agree with me or not. I think that there are some people who have been breeding amazing dogs in some breeds, but they have never
Yeah,
proven themselves to be great judges. And I
no.
think I know some people who have never bred any dogs, but they have been good judges. So I think there are always exceptions, but it's not easy. Anyhow, okay. I want to ask you, Lotte, are the Afghans healthy breed?
Yeah, I would say so, absolutely. I mean, there can always come some problem in blah, 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 but they are a healthy breed, absolutely.
Yeah, and they
And I
live
mean,
long.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it goes for all the sighthounds. They don't have
Yeah,
problem. I mean, they can run, they can do whatever. I mean, we had problems for years ago because there were some stupid people around who said, yeah, all the sighthounds need to take a test before they can become a champion. I said, okay, what test should they have? Oh, they have to run on the racing stock. Oh, yeah, that will be interesting. I want to see how the Irish Wolfhound will run around in the racing trip to get a champion. Ah, no, but they
yeah,
are okay.
yeah. That's good.
Absolutely.
Okay, and okay. Before we stop talking about Afghans, yes, I think there have been now still some questions. I will um, try to catch something later on. But obviously, before we started, I got a message from Andrew because he could not watch live, but he wanted to ask you a question. So this was a message from him. He said, Lotte is one of the most colorful characters on the Scandinavian dog scene and in the Afghan breed. She is also a straight talker, really, endless fun, but as a breeder and judge is up there with the best. As you see more and more Afghans being raced around the ring like German Shepherds on a global basis, perhaps Lotte could explain to her audience the unique gait and carriage of the breed and why it's so important. I've known Lotte and Ulf for many, many years and send my love to them both. I'm sure this evening will be very special and can't wait to watch it as soon as possible. Well, definitely. So tell us about this unique gait and carriage of the Afghan hound, how it should look like.
Yeah, I mean the Afghan hound it needs to have what we call a springy gait, and it's for me it's more the easiest way to tell people how that is supposed to be is because when I said it, I was in the States to hold a seminar, and they said, no, we don't want springy gait because it's up and down and up and down. No, it's not up and down, idiots. So for me, it's like if you see very beautiful male stand and you are the judge and you said, please go around, you will see that dog when you start to go, just don't run fast. It's like an airplane. It comes like an airplane. It said, oh, and it lifts. It lifts himself up like boom. And when the airplane is up, it starts to move. Boom, boom, boom. That's a springy gait where you see using the front leg to cover the ground, pushing with the back leg.
Yeah.
And never ever, I mean, you will see it often. Don't ever look for one who's moving like a German Shepherd. It's so wrong. But some people, especially the young one, they love it because ooh, it's fast and fun. I'm running here in my new trousers and whoosh, goes around. But it's wrong. And it's really, and I mean, I don't mind when I just smile and said, okay, you go twice around, and they run like hell, like they're stolen the dog. So when they're finished, it's thank you very much. Yeah. Now I want to see
I
you
have
run
never heard this.
twice
I have
around
never
them
heard this.
in my speed. Come on. Yeah.
I have never heard this before, but I'm going to remember for sure till the rest of my life that they are running like they have stolen the dog.
Yeah.
That's something I will remember till the end of my life. Okay.
My God.
Okay. Anyhow, we have spoken quite a long time about Afghans. If there are going to be some questions, I will ask at the end because we need to continue. I see that there are more than 200 people watching, and I will ask you all once again, if you're enjoying the interview, please make the photo of your screen, put it in your Instagram story, tag me, and put hashtag Talking Dogs with Ante. It's something that is personally important for me, and I really love when after I finish the interview to share the Instagram stories and to see how many people have watched and enjoyed. Now we go, Lotte, to these quick questions, which are usually quite difficult for people, but as you are not diplomatic, I think they are going to be very easy for you. You don't have problems that somebody will love you or hate you. So let's do these quick questions. Let's do these quick questions and see what you will say. Okay.
Please call Andre. He has to come and help me.
Okay, so which show that you judged till now you consider to be the highlight of your judging career?
Hvad skal det være? Hvorfor show er det highlight? Hvorfor vil være det bedste? There's so many. I mean, really,
Okay,
I've
but
been
one-
judging
one-
so
one-
many really
one-
fantastic.
yeah.
Well,
But one assignment
of
that you will
course,
never
I have
forget.
to say in a way that like Cross was something special. But there's another show. I mean, when I was judging the Hound Show for years ago in California, that was really something very special because the American are great to arrange shows and everything is wonderful in the whole way. The handlers are nice, people are nice. So that was something special too.
Okay.
And it was special for me because I was taking up the Afghan who was so close to be Dog of the Year and the Saluki. And it was wonderful to see them fight for the group. And I was like, oh, I'm happy it's not me in there. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we are happy that it's not us that we need to make some kind of decisions. That's true. I love the comments that people are putting in the chat while you are talking. Richard Lemon is saying this woman is amazing. There should be many more like her. So I think after this interview, your fan club will grow drastically.
Thank you very much. I
Tell me,
need that.
you need that. Okay. Tell me, Lotte, what would be for you the favorite Afghan of all times, not bred or owned by you?
This is this is a question I hate so much because but for so many years you have had so many dogs.
I have asked you so many nice questions. Now I need to ask you some which you don't like. Come on.
So ask me a nice one. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
I want
no,
to answer
I
this
can
one.
just I split it out like this because I mean this was very much from the beginning. And if there is one Afghan who really make an impress on me, like wow, then it is from my mentor Christina Jernberg from Kennel El Curia, and it was El Curia's Hastaffer. He was really something very very special. And I think that people don't understand it today because he was never really very photogene, like with photos and so on.
Yeah,
So and
I
he was
have the
not
same
he was
problem.
not framed that way and blah blah. But he has what we call here in Denmark X factor.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what
Yeah.
it is like. With you, you also have this X factor. I'm sure. Now I'm sure about that. Listen, another difficult question. What would you say is the best dog you ever bred?
Yeah, that would probably be master. Yeah, exercise makes master. And he was very very close looking to Hastaffer, Elkyr's Hastaffer, and he was
Mhm.
so close. So one day I had Christina down here from Sweden, and she was sitting here in my kitchen, and Master was walking around, and I said, What's wrong with you? Are you crying?" She said, "No, but he gives me gooseberry and tears because he looks so similar." And she's normally a woman who hates when you compare the dogs. She always says,
Yeah.
"Why do you have to compare them? Why can't he just be himself and he can be and she can?" So it was
Yeah.
Master. He was
Yeah.
a very very special dog.
Okay. Michael Canaliza is saying most of the top breeders will agree on Huatafa. So, tell me what would be the favorite win with your own dogs? Something that you won with your own dogs that you will never forget.
Oh. Maybe was favorite win. Yeah, I think no. I think it was when we was on the World Show in Germany some years ago, and I mean there were two judges. There was one for what we call the German judges, like you had. I heard that interview yesterday with the Great Dane guy, where he
Yes.
said, yeah. So there was these bitches over there for the German judges, and there was all our males and ours for the male, and the male was judged by Hans Lehtinen. You know Hans, you have to.
Yes.
Yeah. And I have with the girls I was with, I have 4 dogs entered in the champion class. It was a very big champion class at that time, and they were placed 1, 2, 3, 4,
Amazing.
and one in
That's
the open
amazing.
class. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so he was best male. Ulf was showing he was best male with a male, and Hans Letters was supposed to do best of breed, and he Hans was always like, "Oh, look at this." So Ulf was best of breed, and that was special for Ulf, and it was a special show, and I remember it so much because we were many Danish people, and I can only tell you, which you don't want to hear, Ulf was getting so drunk in the evening, so you can't believe it, because he said, "I was winning best of breed." Yeah, you clever guy. I was breeding the dog, honey. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Aye, aye, aye. There is a nice question from talking about this that you mentioned that the dog was not very photogenic. Randy Jensen is saying these days dogs doesn't need to be photogenic. Now we have Photoshop. That's also very true.
I
Um,
love this. I love really
yes,
Photoshop. I really love that because you see so many, and it's so easy to see Photoshop, Photoshop. And when you go to some places and you go to people and say, "Oh, it's you who had that nice cream bits. Can I see her?" And they said, "Yes, she's here." No, not this one. The one you have on the photo. But that's her. Oh, come on, honey. Holy Maria. But isn't that awful? Oh my God.
yes,
And I
yeah.
mean, now
It's a
they
little
have
bit.
done it. Now they have done it with dogs for such a long time. Now I see a lot of these young breeders. They go in Photoshops too, and they said, "Hello, honey. I couldn't recognize you." Oh, can they stop that? Oh,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
what kind of
Okay.
world is it? The boys are getting dressed like they go to some, and the girls are taking Photoshop with all the makeup. Ooh, I will win with that for that beautiful man. But he can
Yeah.
recognize you, honey, when you come to the dog. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, come
Yeah.
on.
Especially especially now with the masks,
Yeah.
it makes the whole thing even more difficult. Yeah. Okay. Tell
Yeah,
me, tell me, Lotte, one breed that you never had at home and maybe you would like to have one day.
yeah. Ja, Ibrahims, hvad hedder den?
But why you
Bullmastiff.
are asking him? Why you are
Yeah.
asking him
No,
all
I
the
was
time?
just asking because I have to say it right. Yeah, yeah.
I
Ah,
was thinking that you are. I was thinking that you are
first
the
of
boss
all,
in
I
the
said
family.
I'm still so much into Weber whatever. But if I was young today, because I mean I'm good to dogs and so on, I would have had we have a very very good breeder here in Denmark breeding bull mastiff,
Okay,
and I would
nice.
like one of them.
Yeah,
But first, I
yeah,
want to know because there can be a problem too with all these sickness they have. Well, Lotte, shut your mouth. But something like, I don't want to get into any who has all these different kind of sickness in a way because that can
yeah,
only be problem. You know that.
yeah, yeah. That's true. One dog person who is not alive anymore and you terribly miss.
Yeah, that's so easy to say. Very good friend, and I love the wife dearly and the kids. That's Ole Stavnskær, Denmark.
Yeah, all was
And
absolutely.
we miss him
He was.
so much here.
Yeah,
Some does and
yeah.
some probably, but we miss him a lot. I mean, he was so good for the kennel club, for the breeding. I mean, have you ever been somewhere and seen 22 great Danes, Harlequins, great Danes?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that in your life?
No,
No, you have not seen that.
no, no.
I mean,
Yeah.
that
I
was
know. I know. I
yeah.
know. I know. When we were, I had Ole and his wife 1 year in Split. Ole was
Mhm,
judging,
mhm.
and we went for a dinner after the show because they stayed one extra day, and he was such a person of so
Yeah,
much knowledge and
yeah,
and so interesting to talk to and so amazing,
yeah.
absolutely, like one of the greatest dog people I have met. That's for sure.
He has
um
he was one of my mentors too, in another
yeah,
way, like when you say the breed and something else, like you do like this when you are on a dog show, you do da, da, da. And he
yeah,
was always very good to come on and said, "Okay, I'm not into Afghans, but I'm sitting here now and watching, and you have to be careful this and that and da 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 da."
yeah,
Boom.
yeah. No, he was absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
one of the best that we had.
Mhm.
If you would need to say, Lotte, one breeder that in your opinion is managing to produce top quality dogs year after year, and it doesn't matter in which breeder from Denmark you would mention and which breeder from the rest of the world?
Well, I will say for Germany, if we have to talk about Germany, uh, that is a guy who is, I call him the poor miller. The poor miller. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
that is the poor miller?
No.
He
No.
is breeding Irish Terrier,
Okay.
and that is Hans Grüttner.
Yeah, he has already mentioned few times in the interviews that you are his love and darling. He likes to write that quite often. He likes
Yeah,
to write that quite
yeah.
often. Yeah.
No, but I mean, this is because I mean, I've been into dogs for so many years. It's unbelievable to come to visit him because he has a lot of, he's when you say a lot, I mean, I don't know, maybe 12 or whatever. It's unbelievable to come and watch these Irish Terrier and how he handled them and how he can put them out together and he just stand like the big boss, like da and there's no
Yeah.
trouble. You can't believe that. And he's producing 1 liter after the other, and they are just terrific, perfect.
Yeah.
And he's proud every time he got a liter. Said, "Look at this,
Yeah.
with the right coat, the right trimming, the right everything."
Yeah.
I like that.
And what about somebody in Denmark?
Yeah. No, what about a breeder here in Denmark?
Consultation time.
Don't laugh. He's here.
Consultation time.
Yeah, fucking hell. No, yeah. Yeah, okay. But they are producing many. I think there's some who is, I mean, sometimes I learned that for many, many years ago when I was, it was for many years ago, I was into a best in show with a male, an Afghan male who was winning everything. And Hans Lettinen was judging best in show. So when
Okay.
there was 2 dogs left, it was me and a very nice Newfoundland called Skipper. I know that dog. And he took us in the middle and took the hand around both of us like this. And he looked at me and he said, Lottie, yeah, do you know how difficult it is to breed a very, very good Newfoundland? And I was like, oh, fuck you. I know exactly what's going on here. So I just said, I better be polite because I know. I know that. Said, yeah. And that's why he become best in show and you're second.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
sometimes for me, it's like there are some breed also when I adjust, I said, okay, you are up here and you are up here because it's so easy always to take the Afghan, the Saluki, blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah.
there are also some other breeds who really deserve to win. We have a lady here who is breeding Italian Greyhounds, the small one, Susie, yeah. And she is a very nice breeder for me. I mean, this is mama, daughter, and granddaughter. There are 3 generations, and they are coming out one by one by one by one and producing very nice dogs. And that's
Wonderful.
difficult with Italian because it's difficult to win business show
Yeah,
with them.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, once again, obviously, Hans Erhard Grittner is confirming that he loves you publicly, of course, in the comments. So,
Who was that? Who was that?
Hans Erhard Grittner. Hans
Oh,
Grittner.
God. Yeah. The poor
Yeah,
Miller.
yeah,
He is the poor
yeah.
Miller. Yeah.
Okay, tell me, Lotte, if you would have, I know you don't have at the moment, but if you would have now one really exciting dog that you have never showed to anybody, and if you could choose one Danish judge under which you would like to show this dog for the first time, which Danish judge you would like to have? I can only see your look and I already start to laugh.
Oh, my God.
Yes, fix your glasses.
Oh, I don't know. Which one would you show if you had a special breed for a Danish judge today you haven't shown before? Two.
Well, let's make it easier. Which Danish judge you respect the most? Let's say it
Do
like
you
this.
think? Do you think that is easier? Jesus Christ! Oh my God! No, I mean,
No, I
this
don't.
is very difficult because, of course, I know all of them, and I don't want to get in trouble, and they
Okay,
get
but
jealous, and
yeah,
they want to kill me, and they hate me anyway. So now it's like, this is really difficult. I mean, in a way, I would say, okay, I can go for whatever because, I mean, what do you want to use it for? It's very difficult because I miss all the old judges we have. It goes for the whole Scandinavia. It goes from Finland. It goes from Sweden. You miss them in a way.
don't try to go away from my question. Tell me one
I'm
then.
trying.
Tell me one Danish judge. Tell me one Danish judge which you really respect.
I'm crying. Okay. So, uh, that's really a hard one.
Okay, I will let you not answer one question.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
nice of me?
I think it over.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure you will forget
I'll come back.
to think it. Yeah, okay. Tell me like this. Uh, if you would have today, let's say 3 liters of Afghan hounds at home, and you and Ulf could not decide which puppy to keep, which 3 persons you would invite to help you to choose the best puppy?
Okay. They are dead. But they are dead.
I know it's not funny.
But it's
You say it's very funny. Okay, tell me, even if they're dead.
I can't.
Okay,
I mean,
tell me.
Anti,
Okay, doesn't matter that they are
honestly,
dead. Tell me which
for
3 you would invite.
side hounds, we don't. I mean, it's not so active anymore. We don't really have. We have a lot of breeders for Whippet, and then it goes down to la 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 la. So,
Okay,
and
tell me 3 that are dead.
that will be Ole. Absolutely, he
Okay.
will always be here. And more in Denmark. Who can be more here in Denmark?
Doesn't need to be from
Now,
Denmark, from anywhere,
Yeah,
from anywhere in the world.
Ole, and it will be Birgitte Runemacher, and it will be Christina Jernberg, who's been my mentor always. And we had another judge who is dead called E.C. Christensen. He was also my mentor from when I was supposed to judge Spiegel. He was really a guy we could need again. He had so much spirit, so much everything. He was a great judge.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lotte, if you would need to go to judge somewhere very, very far away, let's say to New Zealand, and you would need to spend 15 days with 5 your colleague judges from anywhere in the world, and they say to you, Lotte, Lotte, you come and you pick up 5 judges who will come with you from anywhere in the world. Which 5 judges you will bring with you?
And the world, for whatever.
What?
Yeah. I can just pick whatever I want.
Yes, whatever you want. 5.
Okay, I want my little brother from the States, Michael Canalizo, my little brother. He has to come with me because, he has so much money, so that's important that he's coming. What?
Okay.
And then, of course, I can say that I always have so much fun with on the race. He can come too.
Okay.
Then we would spend Michael's money together. And I mean, if it is for
Would
fun,
you bring anybody?
if it is for fun, then I will call Tina Towle and say, "Come on, Tina, we are going to have some fun." That's 3.
And 2 more.
2 more.
Yes.
Frank Kane, I love so dearly.
Okay. And 1 more.
Yeah, so let's take Hans Gründner because he's my dear lover friend.
Okay. Fabulous.
That will be a really great team, I tell you. You're welcome.
I'm sure about that, but I'm not sure that that you would survive that trip because Michael Canalizo is writing, "I'm hoping to kill you, sister."
He can't live without me, so he just has to be quiet.
Okay. Tell me, tell me, Lotte, if you would need to thank 5 people who have helped you to become today what you are today in the dog world, doesn't matter dead or alive, which 5 people would you thank?
Yeah, but we go back again. That will be Ole Stavnskær. It will be Birgitte Runemarker. It will be Christina Jernberg. We can take EC2. You don't know him. Can there be more?
And Ulf.
Yeah, but you see, the start, Ulf was not so much into the dogs. Ulf has his own show he has had for more than 40 years. Really great champions of champions. Bang! That's he always are so busy with. There he invite all the most beautiful dogs who's been winning a lot to come to his show. Yeah,
You see.
so he's busy with that. But in the last some years, he's been really showing dogs and so on. But you see, if Ulf was not there, I think it's very important and that you have a partner, a husband, or whatever you call it, to stay with you, to have the same interest. If they don't have that, there will be a tremendous fight all the time. It's like, why
Yeah,
did you
that's
buy
true.
this dog? Or why did you do this? Blah blah blah. It has to be
Yeah.
somebody who said, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Tell me. I don't need the name. You can tell me what was the show and what was the breed. What would you say is the best dog you ever judged? One dog that you judged and you will never forget.
Holy Amaroli. This is so difficult because when you have judged really many dogs who has given you goosebumps or whatever, so who is so really the best one, the best dog ever? This
Yeah,
is
not the best one, but one you will never forget.
well, I still have in a way like if you go back, I have the curious has to have a very much here in my eyes.
Okay.
He is very
Wow.
special. And
Wonderful.
unfortunately, there will be many sitting out there and said, who is Elcurious Hastapper? They don't have a clue because it's so many years ago. So they don't know. And if they see a photo today, they will probably say, oh, was that it? Oh,
Okay.
because he's
But
not trimmed or not anything. But he was special and he was really an Afghan.
wonderful. Tell me, Lotte,
And then, of
if you
course,
were.
there is also, no, I want to say that for some years ago, I was judging one of Niklas Salukis in Herning.
Mhm.
Very, very beautiful male. And the way this Saluki was carrying himself around the ring and everything, it was so nice. So that's
Yeah.
thumb up to that
Wonderful.
for sure.
Wonderful. Tell me if you were offered to judge 3 national specialties in the USA in the breeds of your choice, what would they be?
I will absolutely love to judge Afghans because that's my breed and I love them.
Okay.
Yeah,
And 2
and
more.
I love to judge the Weapons too
Okay.
and the Salukis.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Tell me if today you would decide with Ulf that you want to have Afghans again, to which kennel you would go to buy a puppy?
I would probably go to hvad hedder det lidt Octarine, hvad hedder det?
Estland.
To Estland, yeah.
Estonia.
Estonia.
To Estonia. Okay.
Estonia, yeah. To Irene in Estonia. And you probably think why? Yeah, because she still have some of my breeding left. And I think that she is really a very nice breeder. Absolutely. So I would
Yeah.
probably look for something there for sure.
Okay. Wonderful. There is a question for you from Hiroshan Mudli asking, where does one find the man who says, okay, 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 when we want to buy more dogs? Asking for a friend.
Well, that's a
Okay.
hard question, but I mean, you can have Ulf for 2 weeks and see how that works.
Okay. Tell me, Lotte, when you look back now to your dogs, to Boxed and Afghans, is there something that you wish you have managed to improve in the quality of your dogs?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you work all the time to do things better.
Yes.
There was what can I say, a time where I thought, just to say something, I thought, well, we have to be careful now because these tails are getting too short. And
Hmm.
if you have a tail on an Afghan who is too short, like that, that's awful. So
Yeah.
I was really looking for something, like I have to have something in because I've been breathing very close, very close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cannot believe it, so close I've been breathing. So I got a a bitch from the States with a long tail. And now people say
Okay.
it doesn't work like that. It's true, it doesn't work like that. It's the same when you say, "Oh, my Afghan, they are getting too small, so I will go out and find a big male and breed to my bits." I said, "Yeah, you are a very clever breeder. So what do you think I got out of that?" "Yeah, but I will
Yeah.
get some in the middle." "No, you will get some small one and some big ones."
Some big
That's
ones.
how it
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
So that's for the same with the tail here. I got still some small tail and some long tails. So I said, okay, let's keep the one with the long tails.
Okay. Anyhow, there is a message for you, Lotte, from Frank Kane, and he's saying, "I'm getting my party clothes ready for the dinner party." So, okay. Now, last two questions, difficult ones. First one: what do you like the most, and what do you hate the most about Ulf?
About Ulf?
About Ulf. Don't look at him. He
No,
cannot tell you
I
that.
just have so I can remember. Now, what do you like? That's a silly question. I mean, he's been here for 15 years.
50.
50.
He's a good
Okay.
And I can only say that he's a very good producer. But it's true. You haven't seen my kids. I have so beautiful kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What more can you
Okay.
expect?
Yes. What more can you expect from a man than to be a producer? That's true. Okay. Okay. Should I ask you what you hate? What you hate most about him, or I should not ask you?
I don't want to think about what I hate most because then I have to throw him out of the house. I hate you. Get out of
Okay.
the house.
Okay. And the last question of the evening, not of the evening, sorry, last of the quick questions. Uh, who is the most, not Ulf aside, who is the most handsome man in the dog world?
He's dead.
Who is that?
That was Carlos de Bancas. He was really very handsome, very beautiful. Just ask Michael. He will be honest. Said, yes, 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 I agree.
Okay. Okay. Frank Kane wants that you tell us a story. And he says, I need to say it like this: tell Lotte that a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. And she
Yeah.
might tell you a story. So tell us the story.
Can I tell that here? Do you think that's okay, Frank?
I don't know. Okay, let's wait that
Yeah,
Frank.
but I can
That,
easily say it because this is me. I am what I am. I am what I am, and that's for sure. And when he say
okay.
that, it was because we was together on a big show in Finland. I was sitting together with Frank. I've been judging Whippet, and there we have one of these small popcorn sitting, and he was yelling from the other end of the table. There was a long table. Lotte, I just want to tell you that this Whippet you put up was nothing, and it has no chest and no nothing. I said, Jesus Christ, how in earth can you scream from the other end about that? So I was just like, I don't want to. So he did it again. And then Frank came with that little note, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. And then he was saying to me like, so I said, okay. So I went up, down, and took him in his back, throw him outside from the door, bang, out there. Don't ever yell at me again because you know nothing. Finished.
Okay.
Because I can't handle
In-
it. They don't even know how to behave. I mean, what
yeah.
was the problem? If you don't like my whip, so what?
Yeah. Who cares?
But Frank is always helping me. I love him so much. Thank you, Frank.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, Lotte, let's talk a little bit about breeding. You have mentioned that you have done a lot of very close in breeding, but
Yeah.
what in general is was your breeding strategy? Did you do sometimes out crosses? How close you were doing line breeding? What was your strategy?
I was doing it so close as I could. Just to say like that. And in the beginning, so many people, it was all new and said, "What is all this about? Uh, inbreeding and line breeding?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, okay, here we go again. Listen, honey, if you have an outcross, you breed outside. If you have line breed, you breed when they stay together line. If you have an inbreed, it's inside." Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
No, I have
what
been
was
breeding.
Lotte's breeding strategy?
Oh, there was a mix up of everything. I always use my own dog very tight because this was for me like they were keeping the type all the time. That was so important to keep the type. But you can, I mean, I would say don't do it like this. If people sit here and said, "Oh, I want to do that," don't do it because you first have to know the whole breeding behind. You have to see what they are because otherwise you can double up on all the bad things. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got to be really
Okay.
clever. And the
Yeah.
Kennel Club didn't like it. They hated like I hate it. Ah.
Yeah. Now I suppose it would not be possible anymore. They are making
I
so
don't
many
care.
restrictions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
should I ask you what you think about these restrictions that many kennel clubs are putting on inbreeding and line
you
breeding?
can do that. I think they should do another job and take care of whatever is on their office or what. I mean, I hate all this that they have to tell us how to do. It's not okay because breeding can be so fun. And every time I breed a bitch, it's like, "Oh, come on, I want to see the puppy. Come on out." And if they have decided, they have destroyed so many breeds here in Denmark, Newfoundlands, whatever, because the dachshund is soon dead here because they're sitting some old people and decide which male you have to use on your bits. It will never happen here. Never
Yeah.
ever. So I hate it. I mean, give it loose and let people take responsibility for what they're doing. If they do it wrong, we will whip them. Idiot.
Yeah. 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 This is unfortunately the problem, that many rules are done by people who have zero experience with dogs. This
Yeah.
is, I think, the biggest problem.
Mm.
Tell me, did you think, Lotte, during all these years, did you think that Afghans are easy or difficult to breed?
I don't think they are difficult to breed. Not at all. It's just that the Afghans today are difficult for. I mean, when I was younger and all this, it was everybody wants an Afghan. They don't want it today. They don't want to cope with the coat and with a big dog. They want smaller dogs and so on. And therefore, they can be quite difficult to sell. So
Yeah,
nobody wants them because it is really difficult. And,
yeah,
and uh, that's why it goes down like this. Really.
yeah.
And it's
This
a
is
shame
this is
because it's not a difficult dog. It's a wonderful dog if you want to learn more about it.
yeah, yeah. That's true. And I think that, when we had this, few years ago, there was a Intera show in Slovenia, and I have asked, some of the terrier breeders, famous terrier breeders, do they think that breeding terriers is difficult? They say, for example, in the breeds like Airedales, it's difficult to breed them because you can't sell them, because it's impossible to sell them. People
Yeah,
don't want to have a big
so
dog,
true.
and it's difficult to find people who want to
Yeah,
spend time
yeah,
trimming. And yeah, so I can understand that. Tell me, in the times when you were having the puppies, at what age did you were choosing the puppies, and did you consult with Ulf, or you were always deciding by yourself which puppy to keep?
I always did it by myself, and maybe Christina was down here from Sweden and we were talking about it. But it's a question about I did it very early. I always have a look from the start very early. And then again, when they were maybe 5 weeks or 8 weeks. And it was like I want to see them how they grow. And in the end, where I have to decide, it was so funny. I took a big bowl with food and they all
Okay.
have to stand around there and they were happy for the food because then I could see how they stand, how they did with the head and neck, and how they carry their tails. It's so important because the
Yeah.
tail is the last thing, and you can't hide it whatever you do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. That's very true. Tell me, Lotte, now a little bit about judging. What do you like the most, and what do you hate the most about judging?
I don't really hate anything about judge. I love to judge, and I will do it as long as I think it's fun. And I
Yeah,
also love I see easily when there's coming new people in, whatever I do, what breed. And I want to help them and I can see it easily. And I always ask them, is this the first time you're showing? And they're like, yeah, the whole body is shaking like hell. So I said, okay, I can help you. Now we changed your necklace and now we do this. Now you walk with me around. And I like that so much because I love in the end when I see them smile when I
yeah,
go beside them, and they said, "You got it now." Yeah, good. Go out, come in
yeah,
again.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
that.
That's yeah, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. And what would you say? What would you say are the most important values of a good judge? What does make somebody a good judge?
Well, they first of all has to be interesting in judging, and not just standing there with the hand in the pocket and think about when are we going to have lunch? What? I mean,
Yeah,
so they have to be, and you can easily see that and feel that. And I hate, and I've heard it before, when you go with somebody and said, "What are you judging today?" I don't know. You don't know? Yeah, I don't know. But you're on the way to the ring. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will open the letter when I come down there.
yeah,
This is something I hate. I mean, people are paying so much money. You have to be prepared.
yeah.
Okay?
That's true.
So be
That's true.
happy, smile. I mean, you're not a king or queen, but smile a little bit. It makes it much easier for all of them. Okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We need that. That's for sure. And many times when people ask me what, let's say, I love or hate most about judges, I say, even if I see that somebody doesn't have a lot of knowledge but has respect for the exhibitors and dogs, I can easier survive that than
Yeah.
somebody with a lot of knowledge who doesn't have uh, any education or anything
Mm,
nice to offer to exhibitors and dogs.
yeah.
Uh, I want to ask you, Lotte, another thing about judging, and this is something that I ask to all my guests, and we always get all kind of different answers. When you were showing, how difficult or easy was for you to show under people who you consider to be friends? How difficult for you is to judge the dogs shown by your friends? And when you are judging big shows, do you like to judge your breed or you don't like to judge your own breed?
I love to judge my own breed for sure. Absolutely. It gives me gooseberry. I love that. And I mean, I don't mind my friends are showing for me as long as they know they can also lose for me. That's how it
Yeah.
is. So you still have to be friend. And what was the third one? There were three
That
things.
was it difficult for you to show under your people
No,
who are you
no,
consider to be
no,
friends?
no. There was only one time it was a little different. And that's many years ago. I was showing for under brace.
Okay.
That
This is
was
getting
really fun
interesting.
because we all know Andre, and I was showing a very, very beautiful bitch who has been winning a lot. Everything was fine. And when I came in with her and I have to go around, everybody start to clap because she was so beautiful. And I have to stop and yell high, stop clapping. Andre is never putting anything up where people has been clapping.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
And
hallelujah.
did you win at the end?
Yeah, I was waiting like this. Yeah. I was waiting, yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
At least
Yeah.
this. Tell me, Lotte. Judging Afghans at crafts last year, what kind of experience was that?
Oh, I mean, it's unbelievable to get the chance to come and judge that craft. And but if I should say something about the whole thing about craft, then I will say they have to put themselves together.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's
Tell.
really like so old fashioned in a way. You're standing in there, and certainly somebody is coming and said you have to write critiques for these three dogs. Oh, me? Yes. Okay. Can I have a piece of paper and a pencil? No, we don't have that. Oh, you don't have that? Oh, interesting. And you start to think, how on earth are you going? I mean, this is so I have to take my phone, who really didn't work, to take all these critics. I mean, this does not happen anywhere else. And we over that. We have stewards, we have everything in Europe who writes critique and so on. They don't have that in England.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what about quality of dogs?
Yeah, well, I've seen that better.
Okay.
I mean, my best of breed and best of opposite was really something very special, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
But you also
Well.
have to think on that time when I was over there, the corona was already started, and the
Yeah.
Italian
Yeah. Yeah.
already had a very difficult time to get out. They couldn't get out,
Yeah.
and there was so much, and people was afraid if we come, can we come back, and all this stuff.
Yeah. 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 I know. It was not easy. It was
No.
not easy. That's for sure.
Mm.
Okay. We have been talking a lot for 2 hours and 20 minutes with a little break of updating the computer. Before I ask you my last two questions, you have sent us 6 photos, which are, let's say, you very important for you. And Beltran is going to put them now on the screen for the people to see them, and you will tell us why they are so important for you. So the first photo that we are going to show to the people is a photo of somebody that we know very well and looking very young at that time, showing one of your dogs to best of winners in the USA. So tell us
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
This is the photo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, as this was a bitch I had who was a very very winning bitch really, and on that time my Canaliso and the Grander was really trying to see if they could lease her for some reason or another, but we decided anyway that we would try to take her over there and see how she could compete to all the other ones in the States, and that was something very special on that time because the States was big, there was professional, there was handler, there was everything. And coming to a big hound show with 175 Afghans or something like that was really special. So I went over there with Jane, together with some other people. And Michael was supposed to show her because I feel a little bit like, oh, this is too much for me, the little lady from Denmark. Oh, so and she was competing there for such for so many dogs, and it was Carlos de Bancos who was judging, who was a great judge on one of the shows. She was on 4 shows and become tricked like this champion. That was
Yeah,
special for me, my own breeding,
yeah.
all the way to
That's
California.
and how
Hallelujah.
did you how did you say what did Americans think? What is Denmark?
No, well, they were asking, oh, where are you coming from? I said, I'm from Denmark. Oh, that's the big town in Stockholm. No, it's not. It's really like, They didn't even know anything about Denmark or Sweden or whatever, but they figured that out before I left the States, for sure.
I, I'm sure about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure about that.
Den kommer
Okay,
de andre billeder.
the second photo that we are going to show is you hugging somebody at crafts.
Yeah. This was when Best of Breed was over. And this beautiful young guy I have knowing for a long time, ever since he comes from Australia. And I mean, he's been showing for me since he was maybe 16 or something like that. So he was over there and I'm sure he was a little like, but he become best of opposite to the best. But anyway, he's coming close and he gives me the biggest hug in the world. And I love that. I mean, this is something, come on, got a big hug instead of this really sportsmanship. Instead of
Yeah.
many people who will get so pissed so they want to kill you if you turn your back around. Okay?
Yeah.
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 So
There are
that's why
much
I
more
love
people.
this photo so much. And he's
Yeah.
also a very young and good looking guy.
Which was, of course, quite important, I suppose.
Yeah. It made it easier.
Tell me, yeah, made it easier. That's for sure. Photo number 3 are young couple, very pretty young
Yeah.
couple. Tell us about that.
Oh my God. This is taken from when Ulf was holding the Afghan Hound World Congress in Denmark, the biggest we have ever had, really. And I mean, and this is if you have to have success, så det altså vigtigt. That is now getting over to Danish. If you have to say, it's very important that you are man and woman together about everything, also about such a big event. Because it was a very big event where we hired a whole hotel and we have people over from Australia, New Zealand, America, everywhere talking about Afghans. It was really a nice weekend.
Yeah. I think in another way you wanted to say that Wolf means a lot to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because he's
Yeah,
done a
yeah.
lot. Absolutely. And you can say maybe you couldn't have done it without, because he was always there when I was screaming like, wow, hysterical. And wow. He always came and said, calm down. Also, when people
Okay.
want to kill me, there's so many people who want to kill me. And I was always, and he could go in
Who
another
wants to
place.
kill you?
Oh, the show people. So sometimes when he was in the show committee in the Kennel Club, he said, I have to go easily and very quickly now to the other hall because I can hear Lotte is in trouble. And I was in trouble. I was really fighting like hell. Shut up. For sure.
Okay. 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 Then the photo number 4 is you judging Best in Show in
Yeah.
Donaueschingen, or what is the name of the place?
Donaueschingen, yeah. This is Europa's biggest sighthound show. The biggest sighthound show ever. It has taken over what we call the School Cluster Show, who was very,
Yeah.
very big some years ago. And there was an amazing entry for sighthounds, and especially I was judging Afghan Hound 2, and there was a very big, huge entry for Afghan, and there was a guy from Australia who was best of breed, and one from Chile who was best of opposite. And then I
Yeah.
was doing best of show.
It was over.
What? Oh, you know what he's saying now? He's not. He said, and they were all your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
No,
and
but
were
I know
they
why he's
handsome?
saying that. Because in the morning, there was something going not so well on the dog show. So I said, I don't want to stand here and wait for, and all these Afghan people was sitting around the rings. I said, okay. So I just went around and say hi to everyone. Hi, how are you? How are you? And they were like, hi, 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 hi. And it gives, they relax in another way, like it's not so dangerous. We are going to have fun. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So, but
yeah, of
anyway,
course.
I did a best in show later on, and it was unbelievable because if you have seen all these sighthounds in there, they were so beautiful.
Yeah,
So it was a great honor for me, and I really loved it because I love sighthounds.
wonderful. Then the picture number 5 is Brno Dog Show in
Yeah,
2017.
that was a very nice show, and there was a big entry down there. I think it was around 8,000 dogs. 4,000, but 2 days, yeah, 2 days. And they were asking if I would do the best in show for them. I mean, I am not really a best in show judge because I'm not an all breeder and I will never be that. That's for sure. But anyway, I said
Okay.
that could be interesting. So I said, yes, thank you very much. And I really loved it so much. I mean, it was so great to see all these dogs coming in from the groups and I could make my own choice. And it was so fun because I heard after this that the lady who has the Newfoundland, she said, I'm not going in there to show for that woman.
Okay.
And she became best of breed.
Surprise.
Now best in show.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean, they can,
Okay.
we can all get tired. And when you have been showing the whole day, you can get tired. And then Newfoundland is a very, very big dog. They will get tired for sure, especially when
Of
it's hot.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. And then the last photo that you send us is from 1978.
Yeah. That was the first time we here in Denmark have what we call Dog of the Year for all breeds. All breeds. So of course I was competing and it was really tough because it's not that easy to become Dog of the Year. It's also a question about who is judging, that's for sure.
Yeah,
That's
that's
for
always the
sure.
question.
Yeah, you know that. So anyway, but I became Dog of the Year and I loved it so much. So I mean, it was so special because I was still so young in the breed, and I've really been fighting for getting this special made back to condition and back to this and that. And I showed him for 2 years where he was never beaten by anyone, and then he
Yeah,
became Dog of the Year. So that was really
wonderful.
something special. And Ole gave me the prize, and my best friend stayed with the Great Dane there, Birgitta, and was just smiling a little bit. And I said, "Behave, you bitch." So
Okay.
that's how it is.
Okay. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Lotte, there are only 2 questions more for you tonight. The penultimate question is, what would be your advice for someone young who wants to become successful in the dog world as a breeder or as a judge or as an exhibitor?
Yeah. We have been talking a little bit about that. First of all, they have to be very humble in a way. You know what that is. And then, I mean, for the breed they are starting up with, they have to find the best men. Accept just, if some people said, no, 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 you just have to go quiet around, try again, and stay with that and listen to that. I mean,
Yeah.
you cannot just. There are some young ones. Yeah, but I also went over to Bodil and asked, and she said this, and then I went to Hannah and she said that. Yeah, you can buck off because you cannot just go around and ask everybody, what a mess will this be?
Yeah.
Stay with that mentor, hold close to that mentor, listen, see if you can come with that mentor to all dog shows, see what they're doing, try to suck whatever you can. Shh.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. And
Yeah.
then the last question of tonight for you, Lotte. Um, with all the things that are happening, all these animal activists and all these rules about breeding and all the rules about showing and grooming and leashes and mustache and everything, what do you feel is the future of the dog world?
That will be very hard for sure. It is because if you're just talking about all this with all these people who goes around and check if you have a tight leash or if your dogs are in a crate or whatever, that will come more and more for sure. So people have to be aware of that, and they have to be aware of taking care of the dogs. You are seeing really many people who forget the dogs on a showground. I mean, they need water, they need whatever, and they go around and check all that. So you have to be careful. I think it will be difficult if you don't put yourself together.
Yeah, yeah. In a way, yes, they are bringing a lot of rules, but I agree with you. Partly, it's also we are also the reason why there are some rules. But then we also must say that many of the rules are so stupid that they don't
For
make any
sure.
sense. But
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, for sure.
it is what it is.
But
Yeah.
that's true.
Okay. Yeah. We have been talking Lotte for 2 hours and a half. In these 2 hours and a half, people have left for you over 380 comments. So I hope that when all this is finished, you will have a little bit of time and you will pass again through the interview and check all the nice comments that people have left for you for tonight. I have met you before that, really, only once while you were running around with the shit in your hair in Split, and we never
Uh,
had a chance to we never had the chance properly to meet. And everybody was saying to me, "You will have a lot of fun with Lotte. She's wonderful." And I must say to you that this for sure has been one of the most entertaining and most honest interviews I have had in 1 year, and I have really, really, really enjoyed it, and people have really enjoyed it. And yes, I think that we need more people like you. We need more people who are not, going around the things, but they say how the things are. And I absolutely loved it, and I hope that you have enjoyed it too. I want to say that next Tuesday, my guest is going to be Ger Flick Pedersen, somebody that is absolutely well known in the dog world, a great breeder and a great judge. And I'm going to read you just few of the last comments that are coming now. Let me read you just few of them. Trixie saying, and that's how it is. Thank you, Lotte and Ante. Amazing interview. Madeline saying one of the best interviews. Thanks, Lotte and Ante. Lara saying thank you. I enjoyed this interview so much. Hugs to Lotte and Ulf. Julie saying this was the most entertaining, happy, wonderful interview ever. Amazing lady, full of joy. The Weaver, I absolutely loved her. Thank you, Lotte and Ante, for this perfect evening. Vanya is saying thank you both for a delightful interview, a knowledgeable dog lady that genuinely speaks from her heart. Oh my, such a spirit, bless you. Sally is saying love you, Lotte. Perry is saying thank you, Ante and Lotte, for sure a very interesting evening. Catherine is saying this was so amazing, thank you both. A lot of people now obviously are leaving amazing comments, long comments, how much they have enjoyed tonight. I'm sure you are going to read that later on. Lotte, we are passing already a number of 420 comments. I'm leaving the last words of the evening to you to say something to all the people who are watching this tonight.
okay. Yeah, first of all, I will say thank you to all the people who has been with me. I really feel you have been with me and you have been listening. And I wish that we could meet some days and have
Yeah,
another talk together. So, and yeah, that will be face to face, of course. And also with you,
yeah,
man. So let's meet face to face someday and
yeah.
have some fun. But it has been a very, very interesting and funny evening for me. And I hope that you have enjoyed it a bit and that you have been taking some of the words I've said into your heart. Maybe you can use them. And let's just have
Absolutely.
more fun
I
in
have
the
I
future.
have this one. I have this one of running with the dog like it's stolen. I will never forget that in my life.
Okay. So I hope that you all will keep safe and stay safe from all this corona. And let's meet and see each other soon on a very good and nice dog show, maybe in Split. And
Wonderful.
hello from Ulf. He said hello from Ulf. Hello from
Yeah, a
Ulf.
lot
He's
of people
coming.
are saying, giving
Hello.
hi, Ulf.
Hello.
Hi. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you everyone for watching. Thank you for being with us. It was certainly a very special evening, a very entertaining evening. Thank you once again, Lotte, for taking your time to talk about what we all love the most. And I really hope that we can meet soon somewhere face to face. Good
For
night,
sure.
everyone, and
Bye
thank you.
bye.
Bye.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Party in the city where the heat is on all night on the beach till the break of dawn.
Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami.
Bouncing in the club where the heat is on all night on the beach till the break of dawn. I'm going to Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
Miami. South Beach, bring the heat. Can y'all feel that? Can y'all feel that? Check it out.
The desire for freedom, to jump, take a walk, go back to our previous life, just a touch more patience. We have learned not to be in such a hurry, learn to live each moment, do things the Monje way. We too are a family. Taking care of the ones we love and feeding them with our love, we will go back to how things were. Time is on our side. We are on your side. Monje, the pet food that thinks positive.